Hey YouTube! So I'm here to record a video review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 1. So this episode was very eventful and we have not even met the entire cast yet. But with that being said, we have some new, very interesting faces that I'm excited to get into. But let's just start off at the beginning with our familiar faces. So our familiar faces being Karlie Red, Rasheeda, Kirk, Young Jock. Was that all? Oh, and Tammy. Tammy's back. Okay, so we started off. They're all going to some type of party. The party is in remembrance of somebody that passed away a few years back. His name was Dalla. He is a part of KK, Sass, and Scrap's family, which I'll talk about them in a minute. But anyways, they're all like coming together and say, hey, how have you been? All this, and that, catching up. Karlie has 2 stores opened up now, one in LA, of course, the one in Atlanta. Rasheeda has her store pressed. It's going great. I follow Rasheeda on Snapchat, so I see she's there every single day, and she always has a ton of customers, and it seems to be thriving. She said it's one of the most successful stores in the mall. So I'm happy for her because this is what she really wanted. And she started off online and then she got an actual store and it's great. Let me see. Oh, and she also is in the process of building a new house at that too. So, anywho, we see that young Jock, he tries to say hi to Karlie and like shake her hand or hug her. She says, "No, I'm not touching your hand. I don't know where your hand been." I'm like, Karlie, come on now, because you just about as bad as Jock. Okay, but whatever. Okay, so anyways, then all of a sudden we see like a new crew of people walk in, which would be KK, which her name is Karen something, and her 2 sons, Sass and Scrap. And I believe that Dalla, the one in which they're celebrating that day, I believe that was her son as well. But whatever the case, they're kind of like the mob of Atlanta. They've been on the run at one point in life. They have all these different charges against them. So from the things I've kind of seen online, it may have something to do with like kidnapping or assault, all kinds of things. This is the type of family like you really just you don't want to get on their bad side. In which I'm not just gonna go in on them a lot because I'm just little old me, but I'm not about to say too much about them. But with that being said, they come in like serious faces and everything. Scrap comes in with his girlfriend. Her name is Tammy, which I don't know if it's just me, but Tammy, she kind of resembles Erica Dixon a little bit. But anyways, at some point in time during this party, KK tells Tommy, I have to talk to you about something, but right now is not the place and not the time. But somebody is trying to come into the circle, and you know what? I love you. You are like family. So I'm going to tell you something, and we're going to have to do something about this, but I can't tell you now. Don't you just hate that? Don't you just hate when people tell you, "Hey, I got something to tell you, but I can't tell you right now." Like, what? Like, you shouldn't have told me that. Because in my mind, I'm going to be like, well, what you got to tell me? Like, text me. Like, let's go to the bathroom. Let's talk about it. You cannot tell me that. But whatever the case, they wait until later. And later on, they meet up. And she says that her son, Scrap, he has a baby mama that she can't stand. Apparently, she can't stand the baby mama because the baby mama, like, she thinks she killed her dog. Which, when people have pets become like family members. Like, so if somebody was around me and they actually killed my dog, like, I really would feel some type of way. So I'd be like, you're an evil person. Why would you do that? But anywho, she doesn't care for her. She said the only thing that she's done good at this point was to give her grandchild. So she's a little concerned because she said Scrap has been spending time with his baby mama, Tiara, and that Tiara, like, sometimes he spends the night over to her house. So she's a little concerned that maybe she's trying to come back into the picture. So she needs Tommy to handle that. And Tommy says, well, I've never seen her, but I know where she works. So KK says, okay, go up to her job. And I'm like, this is some real kind of mob type of stuff. So, KK gets in touch, not KK, Tommy gets in touch with the right person, Karlie Red. Karlie gets Jessica Dime. A lot of people like to call her Jessica Penny, Jessica Broke, Broke Piece. Jessica ain't got no money. Jessica still searching for management. Jessica still needing a record deal. She said all these things herself. I didn't say it, okay? About the manager and the record deal. But with that being said, she takes the perfect group of people with her because Jessica will turn up at any given second, and Karlie, she's just the queen of mess. Okay, so Queen Messy and Jessica fix her life are here at the scene, and they are helping her to scope out Tierra. Tierra comes up, and I don't know, I don't know how she could not have known his baby mama all of this time. Clearly you must not be that important to him where you don't even know what his baby mama looks like. She could be like your best friend or something, and you would never know because he never told you. But with that being said, she's acting cordial with her. Queen Messy, she invites her to Mimi's all-white party that she has to her new boo's birthday. And Tierra says, okay, I'll be there. I need friends anyway, whatever. Okay, speaking of Mimi, Mimi has this this secret person, Chris. Of course, Chris could be unisex. Male name, female name. Everybody, the whole episode is like, Mimi's new boo, Mimi's new boo, Mimi's new boo. So, I'll get to that at the end. Okay, so let's skip over to Scrappy. Scrappy is talking to Momma D. Momma D, last time we saw her and Ernest got married. We thought, Momma D, this is great for her. She's not focused on Scrappy no more. Well, Momma D, I can't honestly say. Momma D, she looks really nice this season. She has improved so much from the first season we've seen her. She's upgraded so much as far as her overall appearance, her hair, her everything. So kudos to you, Momma D. But we see her. She recently went to jail. They said she dined and dashed, but really the people she went with, they dashed. She dined, but she only paid for her stuff. She didn't pay for theirs. And I'm like, you probably shouldn't hang with that group of people. Well, she has a real hard time hanging around people who don't like to pay for stuff, because when he asked her how her marriage was going, Momma D said, well, Ernest don't like to pay bills. I said, well, honey, you should have figured this out before Ernest came into the picture, okay? Ernest, he is a dependent on your taxes, okay? Because he is dependent on you. You are not dependent on him because he is not going to pay any taxes. So you know what? File him as your child, your overgrown child that cannot take care of themselves. Okay? Okay. Well, Scrappy tells his mama, you know what? I'm single. I finally got this little nasty situation settled with Erica Dixon. And me and Bambi, we just weren't working out. Our future together wasn't looking like our dream. So, I've never really been a bachelor, so I'm about to live the bachelor life. I'm about to be a player. And what do players do? They play. And I'm thinking, Scrappy, are you serious? You have been attached to a woman this whole time, but you have still been a bachelor this whole time. You literally have cheated on, almost all of them. You always had somebody on the side or somebody else that you were talking to. You were never just I am just this one woman man, okay? Because there's too many women out there that are saying, oh, he was talking to me at the same time, and then he was contacting me at the same time. So, bruh, you've been an eligible bachelor. Well, maybe not eligible, but you put yourself out there. So, with that being said, let's move on from that. Well, him and Young Jock, they have got a bachelor pad together, and I can only imagine what that is like. That is probably a hot mess. You probably need the doctor on standby, or people need to sign waivers before they go in there. And y'all need to cover their medical bills every month or something, or put some money in their HSA or their FSA or something. But anyways, with that being said, let me see if I remember anybody else in the episode. K. Michelle will be on there this season, but we haven't seen her yet. We haven't seen Joseline yet. Karlie Red is still messy. We're going to call her Messy Red. Tammy, not much of her. Scrappy, Kirk, Arianne. So we see Arianne, but we see Arianne when she's at Mimi's party. So since nothing else was really that important. Oh, Tierra confronts Scrap about, Tierra tells Scrap who she met at her job, and Scrap automatically like dashes because he knows that Tommy, she is up to something. Tommy, when he tries to confront her about it, he was like, look, I already know. And she's like, well, have you been with her? Like, are you sleeping with her too? And then he's like, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying. Like, really, just tell her the truth. Like, because she already knows, because the girl already told her. I don't even know why, whatever. You know what? This is a continuous storyline on every different Love and Hip Hop platform. But whatever the case, they still gonna be together. So if she like it, I love it. Okay. Well, let's go on to Mimi's party. I don't know if I want to call it a coming out party. I don't know. But everybody's there. They're excited for her to introduce her new boo. She says, and here is my new boo, Chris. Everybody's looking around like, where Chris at? Chris steps up. Chris is a girl. Everybody is like, what? And I'm like, why are y'all shocked? Like, she said on the reunion that her and Joseline have had some dealings with each other. And honestly, Mimi was like dogged, like completely by Stevie, and then Nico. I mean, he was just the icing on the cake. Like, at this point, she probably feels like broken down. Like, she can't even like trust a man. And maybe the girl was like a friend to her. I don't know. I really don't know. There's been a lot of talk out there about like Mimi and Arianne. Everybody always thought something was going on with them, but I don't know. But this is what Mimi is doing right now. And I can say, compared to other seasons, Mimi actually looks healthy. And it actually doesn't look like made up. Like the Nico thing, I knew that was made up from the very beginning. So, whatever. This is what Mimi is doing right now. She says she kept it a secret, and now everybody knows. So we shall see how this goes. I know in previews we see her breaking down to Stevie, saying that he hurt her to the core. It was permanent damage. And I really think that the decision she's made in her life since then really shows that statement to be true. So, everybody really just wants Mimi to be happy. They want her to win. She's done a lot of things that have been outside of her character, i.e. the sex tape, ever since that craziness happened with Stevie. And I think that Mimi wants to move past all of that too. So this was a pretty interesting episode. There's so much more that's supposed to happen in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So I'm sure these reviews will be jam-packed, but I really hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out at mrsblogaholic.com. Bye.